Good evening, family. It is Saturday, the 17th of February, and we are having a big week ahead of us. But right now, Venus conjunct Pluto in Aquarius, Mercury squaring Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius. Chiron is closing on the North Node. Mars and Venus will meet together. Liberation, deep healing, purging the shadows of the past. Transforming. Let's go, family. Let's go. Show me your names on the screen. Let me know you are here with me as we're about to take off for another massive download. This is Ethnorganica Volume 2, Ethnic Deep House and Organic Techno. Family, show me your names on the screen. Let's go. Big week ahead. Let's go. Namaste, Bharat. Rukshika, Trishan. Come on, come on, come on. Some deep shamanic music for Venus and Pluto. Namaste, Anna. All right. Good vibe. Woo. So, here we are. We have survived another week. Oopsie. Yeah. That's the right level. Yes. Oops. No, there you are. Janeline. Hello, Janeline. Twice in one day. Hey. Rukshika and Trishan birthday coming. Rook on the 20th, Trishan on the 23rd. My father as well this week. Alright, awesome. Super expensive week. I can relate. My big week is November, when Mali has his birthday. I know. It's like but hey, guess what, Rukshika is a Pisces. She can understand, she can flow. Alright, it's good to be here with you again, family. Good to share some love, good to share some good vibe. And we're meeting in the auspicious timing of exactly when Venus is conjunct Pluto, 7:35 p.m. tonight. So 30 minutes ago. But it's still happening. 30 minutes ago, the exact conjunction of Venus and Pluto, and this has been a fascinating process to keep on channeling to you guys. Looking at the chart, you can see Let's Scan the Skies. But you know what, before we start doing all these things, love and gratitude to the Patreon community for the support, for the ongoing membership and existence in our community, in our family. Thank you so much. Of those of you who are not with us on Patreon, and those of you who are with us on Patreon, please do me a favor and press like on this movie, subscribe to our channel, press on the bell icon so you get notified whenever we come in to share some love. Pressing like helps a lot, so thank you so much for doing that for me. And today we had a sound healing meditation for Venus and Pluto. It was really powerful, really awesome. And exciting journeys coming up this week. On Wednesday, 7 p.m. we have the sound healing meditation, exactly when Chiron conjunct the North Node, Mars and Venus conjunct as well. Super powerful, potent energy to join us on Wednesday at 7 p.m. The full moon in Virgo is exactly a week from now on Saturday, so there is a group for the full moon on 7 p.m. as well. So this coming week you've got Wednesday 7 p.m. Mars conjunct Venus, Chiron conjunct North, Saturday 7 p.m. full moon in Virgo. Big week ahead. Join us for healing. If you need private healing sessions, it will be more than my pleasure. Come and see me and I will do my best for you. If you want to join our Patreon community, come and join us. This is an awesome community. We've got heaps going on there. So patreon.com/healingdelight. You got all the links in the blurbs of this movie and on social media. You can join us there whenever you want. And that's pretty much it. Hello chat room again. My volume is low. Is my volume better now, brother? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Okay, everyone can hear me now. Yeah, baby, everyone can hear me now. Yes. Okay, here we go. It's a bit too loud. Catherine, watching from the beautiful Surf Coast. Oh, how lucky are you, Catherine? Good on you. Hello, Surf Coast. Awesome. Thank you, Bharat. Okay, awesome. Thank you. All right, let's scan the sky. We've got the sun, 3 o'clock. Let's start from 3 o'clock. You've got the sun. No, you know what? Let's start from 12 o'clock. Why not? We've got the moon on the 7th degree of Gemini. Moon is in Gemini now. And what is the moon doing in Gemini? Is squaring the Pisces. When he's traveling through Gemini, he's squaring Pisces. And he's trining the Aquarius. So moon in Gemini, we're trying to understand what we're feeling, how we're feeling, kind of mentally kind of analyze our emotions. And it's trining all the Aquarius party that is going on. So everything that is happening in Aquarius, we're kind of going, okay, so what am I feeling? How am I feeling about it? Why am I feeling this? It's kind of an analytical process of the emotional body with the moon in Gemini. Right now, as we do the love stream, the moon is on 7th degree Gemini, which means that she is square Saturn exactly, which is kind of like Saturn in Pisces. We'll talk about that as well, but it's kind of like she's trying to understand, it's like, what is this karma? What is spirit guiding me to do? You know, it's like I'm trying to understand, like, what am I supposed to do with all this? So next to it, Uranus on the 19th degree of Taurus, Jupiter on the 9th degree of Taurus. Then 1 o'clock, the North Node 1655, Chiron 1638. There is only 17 astrological minutes separating them. They are already in conjunction. All this week or last week, it's already happening, but the exact conjunction is on Tuesday night. Neptune on the 26th degree of Pisces. Yes, very lucky, Catherine. Good. Simon, hello Simon, welcome, yay. Neptune is in 26 degrees Pisces, Saturn on the 8th degree Pisces. The Sun is at the end of Aquarius, 28 degrees. This week we're going to switch from Aquarius season to Pisces season. That's a big topic to talk about tonight. So the Sun right now, 28 degrees of Aquarius at the end. Mercury, 19 degrees Aquarius. And what is Mercury doing today? Mercury is squaring Uranus. Uranus 1916, Mercury 1939 now. Earlier today it was exact square. Mars on the 3rd degree of Aquarius, and Venus conjunct Pluto. As you can see, Venus now half an hour later, Venus moved 1 astrological minute forward. So Venus is only starting to come off Pluto. We'll talk about that tonight. The South Node in Libra, 16 degrees 55, in opposition to the North Node Chiron. And Juno and Black Moon Lilith here are kind of dancing together in Virgo, having some fun in Virgo, purifying the relationships and doing some detoxing here. The music is a bit loud. Let me take it a bit down. There we go. Jules! Hello, Jules! The astrology is mirrored in your life at the moment. Sudden, unexpected, no water, no power, complete carnage in Emerald, Kakatu and Gembrook. Wow. Yes. So how are you watching me then? Through your minds, you're meditating into the love stream. Just having fun. So, what do we have today? Today we are talking about, first of all, today, the Mercury square Uranus and the Venus conjunct Pluto. Second thing we're talking about is the fact that the Sun is moving from Aquarius to Pisces season. The third thing we are talking about is Mars conjunct Venus on Thursday night. So let me break down the week to you to see how bombastic this week is. Here we are today, Saturday, Mercury square Uranus, Venus conjunct Pluto. Moving 3 days forward, Tuesday, the North Node and Chiron conjunct. Moving 2 days forward, Mars and Venus conjunct. Moving 2 days forward, a full moon in Virgo. So from now until next Saturday, it's big, it's massive. It's massive on the healing level, it's massive on the transformation level. And now let's talk about the journey of what's going on with Pluto. Okay, so the music is still a bit loud for me, distracting me a bit. Let's take it a bit, yeah, much better. Okay, oh, on your phone or as a friend, okay, that's a good, you see, that's the Aquarius. Innovate, just find a solution, just be the maverick, you know. It's like, okay, you've got no power, okay, you've got nothing at home, it's all blackout, okay, let's go to a friend, let's charge the phone, let's watch the live stream on the phone. Good, you found the solution. Aquarius. Now, this 0 degree of Aquarius is very significant. It's the strongest degree of any star sign. It's the initiative first degree, the 0-0. This is where the gong is being gonged, boom, and then the gong is playing out throughout the month into the star sign, throughout the process of the 0 to 29. So the 0 degree Aquarius, you know, so much happened there. We had Jupiter conjunct Saturn there in 2020. We had Venus conjunct Mars there in March 22. So there's a few cycles to refer this energy to, but I'm just talking about the 0 degree Pisces, Aquarius. Now what we're having over the last month is that the Sun came into the 0 degree Aquarius and met with Pluto. Then Mercury came to 0 degree Aquarius and met with Pluto. Mars came into 0 degree Aquarius and met with Pluto. And now Venus today comes into Pluto on the 0 degree. So everything is touching base into the 0 degree Aquarius in a very powerful way because Pluto is there. And the fact that all these personal planets, Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, the soul essence, the mind, intellect, communication, personal environment, the masculine, the self, the ego, the drive, the motivation, now the feminine, the beauty, the sensual, the embodiment, all of it coming through Pluto, which is on the 0 degree, which is where Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in December 2020. Now that was the great conjunction. It takes many, many years for that conjunction to happen. And the fact that they conjuncted Jupiter and Saturn back then, they seeded the new big story, Jupiter, the new big karma, the new big pathway, the new big kind of contract, roadmap, planning, structure, identity, character, on a whole new level into a new future. That's Aquarius. Now that Pluto comes to that 0 degree, Pluto is bringing that core power of birth. Pluto is death and rebirth. So over the last few years, we were dealing with a lot of Pluto doing the death in Capricorn, at the end of Capricorn, the death of the old, the breakdown of the old, the crackdown, the demolition. Pluto was just kind of destroying, wrecking us. It was kind of breaking us to pieces. And in Capricorn, it's our structure, our routine, our discipline, our responsibilities, our due diligence, our career, our persona, our character in society, our integrity. Everything was just being chipped and chipped and chipped and chipped and broken and smashed by Pluto at the end of Capricorn. Now that Pluto is coming into Aquarius, now it's birthing on the 0 degrees, birthing the future, birthing the innovation, birthing the liberation. Aquarius is liberation, breaking free, innovating, like going out there, out of the familiar, out of the known, into the unknown, into the future, into higher dimensions, beyond time and space, in the higher mind of the universe, the higher mind of the cosmos, kind of expanding and opening up to the endless possibility. And Aquarius is also, it's high-tech, it's technology, it's futuristic, it's the aliens, it's the space, it's the AI, it's robotics, it's the internet, it's blockchain technology, Bitcoin, it's the in general all the innovators, the innovative mind is kind of like coming out with a new solution. This week on Twitter I saw this random movie on X, saw this random movie of a guy in China. He invented a bed that basically can travel through different landscapes like mountains, valleys. It has all kind of like maybe 12 wheels. Each wheel is kind of independent to the others. And he's laying down on that bed and the bed is driving through landscape. I'm thinking, Good on him for inventing it, but what a weird concept. So this is Aquarius, is that maverick, innovative, let's break free, let's explore uncharted territories, let's expand further. And Pluto is there on that 0 degree, like, yeah, let's birth the future, let's birth the future. So this is a significant part of the big process of the birthing of the age of Aquarius, which is not happening overnight or over a year, it happens over decades. So we are birthing the age of Aquarius, but we're only birthing it. It's not like here. It will take many, many more years for us to exist in the age of Aquarius. So now the fact that all the personal planets came through Pluto, there is a ritual here. Pluto is the underworld. Pluto is, yes, it's power, evolution, deep transformation, birthing. Pluto is the orgasm, but Pluto is also power of influence, power of money, power of sexuality. Pluto is deep desires. It wants to connect. It desires deep connection. So Pluto aspect in relationship is, your Venus and Mars, you want to relate to your partner. But Pluto in the relationship is like, it's the desire to merge, to have sex, to have intimacy, to connect, and on a deep level of just like a transcendental experience of an orgasm. That's what Pluto brings to the pot. Because the orgasm is transformative. You transform through the state of orgasm. So Pluto is deep desires. And Pluto is kind of on the shadow side. It's seduction, it's temptation, it's greed, it's misusing your power, it's misusing your sexuality, it's misusing it's like being obsessive about your desires, obsessive about your sexuality, obsessive about money, obsessive about the future. So now with Pluto in Aquarius, it's like people obsessed with the future, people obsessed with AI. People can be obsessed with the Tesla, with the SpaceX, with the internet, with the innovation. It can go into like that side as well. And what we can see is like the crypto market is booming. Bitcoin is booming. So it's like there's a lot of power in the blockchain. There's a lot of empowerment of money, people making money in crypto and all these things. That's what it brings up. People make money through AI, investing in AI companies, in AI crypto coins. It's one of the biggest trends of this bull market is AI. People kind of using AI to benefit their life, in different ways through all the engines and searching engines and all these kind of things, creating movies, creating books, creating all kind of things. So now, everything that comes to Pluto is basically going into the underworld. So first the sun went into the underworld, the soul essence comes to Pluto in Aquarius and is like, okay, here I am, I've stripped naked, I let go of my previous character, I let go of my previous structure of life, all the poo and the juice to 2020 to now, everything that happened, kind of like dismantled all our routine, the structure of our life, who we used to be in society, what we used to be, it's all changed, it's all this. So the sun comes and says, okay, there you go, here I am now, where are we going from here? What are we doing now? How are we gonna take this into a future? What am I taking into my future? The soul essence, the sun. Then comes Mercury and is like, okay, I'm letting go of what I thought that I knew. I'm letting go of my ideas. I'm letting go of how I see the world and how I see people and what I thought about this business and that relationship and that investment and that this. I let go of my old plan. Okay, there you go, Pluto. I let go of my old plan. So now here I am empty. I am kind of like I'm shedding off, and so let's birth the new ideas. Okay, let's explore new ways of thinking, all of them. And now notice there's a big Aquarius party. The Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus and Pluto, 5 planets are in Aquarius. It's a lot of Aquarius energy, and Aquarius is way out there, and it's a fixed air sign, it's a mental sign. So this could bring a lot of kind of like mental, intellectual kind of processing and activity, which is very much on the chart because of all this process. So Mercury, the Sun is now ending Aquarius. Is like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what am I connecting with, what kind of people I'm connecting with, what kind of frequencies I'm connecting with. All of them are doing that. Mercury now in Aquarius is also, after he met with Pluto, is now, okay, so what's the solutions then? What are we going to do? So how are we going to program the way we think now? We're no longer thinking in that way, so what is the new way we can think? How can we look at it in a new way? What can we learn? How can we expand our knowledge further? How can we kind of expand our perception of things better? Okay, that way of communication wasn't working for me. I realized that through experiences, and now I'm innovating new ways of communication. Let's try new things. Let's try new ways of expressing and communicating. Like the beginning of this love stream, I decided to sing to you the astrological alignments of this week, you know? Mars came to Pluto, and the masculine, the ego, is like, okay, there you go. You took away my power, you took away my confidence. I gave away my confidence, my motivation, my drive, my oomph, my potency, my ability, my courage, my bravery. Here I am. There you go. I'm standing naked. Okay? So now how can I put the pieces together in a new way? How can I find new sources of motivation, new sources of drive, and new sources of confidence? How can I raise my frequency into a whole new sense of myself? Mars' job is very kind of the focus, because the North Node is in Aries. So the focus is on Mars. And the North Node is with Chiron. So it's kind of like we're dealing with deep wounds, we're dealing with insecurities, we're dealing with what went wrong, where our life are that we wanted our life to be in that place, but it's in this place. Why are we lacking of this? Why are we lacking of self-love, self-worth, self-confidence, self-trust? Why are we not kind of big up in ourselves, and we're kind of smacking ourselves? So Mars is now exploring that in Aquarius. But he's kind of naked. He's traveling through Aquarius. He's like, think like, okay, I'm going on a space shuttle. I'm going to explore deep space. And okay, great. Here I am in space. Here I am in space. In space there is no audience. There is no followers. So there's no one here to cheer me up or to big me up. Okay, so who am I? If I'm in this cosmic wilderness, who am I? And what do I want to be? Where do I want to go? What people do I want to connect with? And what kind of what is the new futuristic self that I want to embody? That's what Mars is doing now. And then the highlight of today, Venus. Now Venus came to Pluto. And this is a cool mythological story that when Venus goes to Pluto, it's like Venus goes into the underworld. And the mythology is that the goddess Inanna, she was seduced by Hades. Hades is represented by Pluto. It's like Hades is like the head of the snake. And he tempted, it's like almost like the snake in the Garden of Eden. He tempted Venus to come into the underworld. And on the way to the underworld, Venus is going through 7 gateways, 7 portals, which is parallel to the 7 moon cycles, which relates to Venus cycles around the sun. So first, Venus shed off her crown chakra. She let go of what she thought spirituality was, and the wisdom that she used to have, she kind of shedding it off. She's offering it away. And then she goes through the 6th gate. And the 3rd eye, she's letting go of how she used to perceive herself and the world, and her psyche, her intuition, her vision, her dreams. She's kind of shedding it all off. She's giving it away. Then it comes to the throat. And she's shedding off her ways of expression and communication, the way she used to kind of just create. She's shedding that off. Now, before she went to the underworld, she's the goddess of beauty and pleasures, yeah? And she goes into the underworld. And then she comes to the 4th gate, the heart. And she sheds off her love and her relationships and the past hurts and the things that disturb her sense of peace, self-love, all these things. She's shedding it off. She's emptying her heart, cleaning her heart. Then she goes to the 3rd gate, the solar plexus, and she shed off her identity. She let go of her identity and she lets go of what used to be representing her and important to her ego. She's shedding off her ego. Then it goes to the 2nd gate, the sacral chakra, and she's shedding off her sensuality, her creativity, what used to bring her pleasure and joy. She's offering it away. comes to the base chakra, and she's shedding off her physical appearance. She's shedding off all her belongings, her money, her assets, her house, her car, her jewelry. She's just offering it all away. And then she stands in the heart of the underworld, in the heart of Shambhala, stripped naked to the core of her being. And from there, she rises and emerges again through all the 7 gates. And she rises up again as the queen of the heavens. So the story is that the goddess of beauty and pleasure sacrifices it all, give it all away, lose it all, and then she matures and grows up to become the queen of heaven. So you can see it in a life journey as like that, maybe similar to the menopause, to the midlife crisis, where the woman is shedding off her sexuality and, you know, her primal kind of feminine cycles, the moon time, everything. She's no longer that young woman that parties and sleep around and uses her sexuality or her beauty in order to get what she wants in life. It's no longer the same. Now there's younger girls that are doing that, and it's not that important to her anymore. Her ways of looking at life and what matters has changed. Now she is rising up as the mature woman, the woman of wisdom, the woman of love, the woman of service, the woman of compassion. And so that's the process that Venus is doing with Pluto. Now the fact that all this is happening with Pluto while Chiron and the North Node has been closing on each other for a while now, it's a deep healing process that we all kind of like. And Pluto is also survival and faith. So it's kind of like, how will I survive in this future world? How will I survive in this new world if everything is taken away, if everything is kind of breaking down, if everything that I used to be and think and everything's kind of that, how will I do the future? And then it's kind of like you have to have faith in the unknown. Pluto is the unknown, the unconscious. Have faith. Have faith in the force of the universe, in the force of spirit that is guiding your life on a path of a soul evolution that is beyond your human shape and form. It's beyond your human life. So as you, as a soul, you're going through this human life, you may experience suffering, pains, loss. And in your moment of loss or grief or suffering, you may question like, why do I deserve this? Why is this happening to me? What have I done to deserve this? Because you are in your human form. But the years pass by and then you get to a whole new place that is kind of like you look back and you realize, oh my God, now I understand why all that happened to me. Now I get it. I can see why it was necessary. Nicole, hello Nicole. And Robert, mushrooms, awesome. Often in my thoughts, brother Ami. Thank you, brother Robert. I love being in your thoughts and I love you dearly and I send you love. And I can't wait to have you in sound healing. It's been a long time, brother. Come on, out of the hills. You go into your car, you put some nice music in the background, you drive down into the city, it's okay. So that's the journey of all this thing with Pluto. So you can see now how over the last month it's been very deep, it's been very intense, it's been very healing. Chiron, the North Node, is bringing up all our wounds. What we lacking of, what we don't have, you know. And a lot of us, you know, we've been through massive life changes in the last 4 years since 2020. So we may be in a place that we may feel beaten down or wounded, or, you know, it's like, I want to do this, but I don't have the tools, and I want to be that, and I don't have the same energy, and I want to believe in that way, but I'm still having this pain, and I'm still having this insecurity, and still having this self-worth, and you're playing with it. And you're supposed to, because Pluto is also the unconscious. So as all the personal planets came through Pluto, is revealing to us through all the archetypes of ourself, these unconscious patterns. Like Sun is like this. What is this unconscious way of you perceiving your soul? Mercury, what is this unconscious thing playing with your conscious mind that affects the way you think and talk and interact and decide? Mars, what is this unconscious insecurity? What is this unconscious kind of frustration or anger or upset, or what is that? And now Venus, what is this unconscious problem that prevents you from loving yourself? What is this? So that's what Pluto is helping us discover. It's shining the light. The underworld, we can see the shadows, we can see the skeleton, we can see the pain, we can see the fear, we can see the discomfort, we can see the anxiety, we can see the stress, we can see the worry, the grief. So much. So the Pluto process with all the personal planets is powerful by itself. On 0 degree Aquarius, even more powerful. But all that is happening while the North Node is coming into Chiron. That's like, wow, that's epic. It's epic. So now we spoke about the Pluto process. Now pay attention. All these personal planets, when they came through Pluto, cool, they did the process with Pluto we spoke about. And then as they passed and started moving forward one by one, what do? They square Taurus. So they came to the 9th degree of Aquarius and square Jupiter. Then they came to the 19th degree of Aquarius and square Uranus. Now Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And he is in Taurus. Our physical reality, our relationships, our health, our values, our assets, our money, our economy, our jobs, our health system, our embodiment, our physical reality. And Uranus is already zapping our physical reality since 2018. He's in Taurus doing like disruptions, kind of like sudden unexpected shocks, weird things happening out of nowhere. Kind of Uranus is like all this work that is being done in Aquarius is supportive of the work that Uranus is doing in Taurus. So it's even more powerful that all these personal planets coming through Pluto on the 0 degrees and then they square Jupiter and they square Uranus. And that by itself is kind of like it's a teaser, because they square Jupiter and a process is happening, then they square Uranus and a process is happening, and that's triggering the bigger process, which is going to unfold from now into April, which is Jupiter coming into conjunct Uranus on the 22nd of April. And that's where there's gonna be that massive boom, the big expansion, the big opening, the big kind of unfolding. So that will be like that, wow, okay? Middle of April. April is gonna be the wow. Now we are dealing with the wounded healing that is needed in order to have that wow. So the Sun came to the 9th degree square Jupiter, 19th degree square Uranus. Now Mercury came to the 9th degree when Mars was with Pluto, and now is on the 19th degree when Venus is with Pluto and is squaring Uranus. And this is like Uranus is the higher mind, Mercury is the lower mind, and Mercury is in the house of Uranus. So Mercury is like our conscious mind is downloading these new high frequencies, these futuristic concepts, futuristic ideas, and is trying to understand what it means. And Uranus is in Taurus, so it's like, what does it mean about my life? So it's like, should I try this? Should I try that? And will that be good? Will that be good? There's a friction here, because there's big ideas, maybe flashes of insight comes to you, maybe suddenly you realize something, oh my god, I just said that, oh my god, it just came to me. So this could be epiphanies, this could be realizations, this could be kind of like a bit of a mental kind of like a puzzle that you're trying to put together, but it doesn't quite fit yet. So remember, everything we're talking about, we're in the middle of a long process, and this week is just a massive catalyst within that longer process. So that's Mercury square Uranus today. So, yesterday into today, if you felt like, you have all these ideas, maybe you're trying to find solutions to the problem you're experiencing in your life. Maybe you had a conversation with a person and suddenly they gave you a bit of information that kind of like made you realize something you couldn't realize before. Maybe a friend is opening up your mind to a whole new idea, to a whole new kind of concept. Maybe you decided to study Bitcoin and now you're starting to kind of try to understand what it is, how it works, all these things, for example. But this could be volatility in markets, because Uranus is in Taurus, economy and finance, rule of Aquarius, and here is Mercury. Mercury rules trades and the stock market and crypto market. So this could be volatility in the market, in finance, kind of shocking, sudden, unexpected kind of things happening. That's the Mercury square Uranus of today. Now, as this week unfolds, what's going to happen is that Venus is moving a bit faster than Mars. So Venus is catching up to Mars, and they will conjunct on the 6th degree of Aquarius on Thursday. Okay, so that's the process that is happening here. They come in and they conjunct on the 6th degree. And as they conjunct on the 6th degree, they will only be 3 degrees away from Jupiter, so they begin to square Jupiter, right? Now, what is Jupiter doing in Taurus? Jupiter wants to expand. It wants to kind of go bigger and further. And it's Taurus, it's our values. So, and Jupiter is philosophy. Jupiter is belief, the value system, the belief structures, like what we believe to be true, like natural law, big teaching, cosmic teaching, philosophy, doctrines of thoughts, all kind of things. That's Jupiter. He wants to understand the bigger picture, the bigger wisdom. Master Yoda kind of thing. Santa Claus kind of thing. So, but things in Aquarius that wants to go into the future, and they're being zapped by these high frequencies from out of time and space that is coming in. And by the way, it's literally happening. Like over this week, there's been massive solar activity. And those of you who are not aware, this storm we had in Melbourne this week, the 3 hot wave days of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those were exactly the days that the Earth was impacted by a massive solar wind event that happened on the Sun on Saturday, last Saturday. And then this extreme storm that literally was like maybe half an hour, 40 minutes. In my mind's eye, I was anticipating it. I was watching it. I looked at the temperature. I was like, okay. Mali was with me. I was like, Mali, look, it's going to be amazing. You see how hot and stinky it is? In 2 hours from now, it will drop 15 degrees. And in order for that to happen, we're going to have this thunder and lightning and rain and wind. It's going to be like phenomenal. And then indeed it happened. And we were watching it. It was fascinating. But I knew that half an hour, 40 minutes, think like when you saw like a movie of a nuclear bomb explodes. So first there is the explosion, then comes the blast of the energy from the explosion, but at the end of that thing comes the full impact of like, and that was that half an hour, 40 minutes. I felt that the 3 days were like the energy was just cooking us and cooking us and cooking us and cooking us, because we started to receive that energy. It was coming in, but when the impact of the explosion of that activity on the sun really came and hit us, that was that of that volatile weather system that just happened. So with Pluto in Aquarius for 20 years, we can, the thing with Pluto in Aquarius is that we have 20 years ahead of us of anything can happen. Anything can happen at any time. It's the unknown, kind of sudden, unexpected big changes. But Pluto, since Pluto rules evolution and transformation, and Aquarius is quantum, it's not linear. It's quantum. It's like you could have quantum leap jumps of transformation and evolution. You may deal with something for a while, and then suddenly you have these massive breakthroughs. Boom! Oh my God, I've evolved into a whole new level. And I don't know if it ever happened to you in your life, but wait, chatroom is busy. Nicole, wow, absolutely on point on all you've said. Been a wild ride so far, leaning in. Yeah, happy to provide some comfort. And Shalom Ima, Shabbat Shalom, nice, yes. And hello Breeze, welcome. Fantastic. Wait, I need some drink. Okay, so please realize that everything I talk about, I'm talking about this weak energy. But remember, it's a part of a big process. So we are in this ongoing massive process. So now with this Aquarius and Pluto, it's kind of like things are going to happen very fast, very rapid. Humanity is going to start evolving and transforming on a quantum leap jumps, innovation, quantum leap jumps, development, futuristic, like AI. AI just came out, a year and a half ago? And it just exponentially just blowing up. Pluto rules big debt and big wealth. And what's happening? The debt of the US dollar is just parabolic. It just goes like that. It's nuts. They're printing like billions and trillions. And that's what we expect and anticipate for Bitcoin to do over the next 20 years, It's just literally, if you take a 20 years trend line of Bitcoin forward, we're talking like parabolic, like of course it will take, the years will go on the way there, but overall it's going to be like that, because it's aimed to replace the store of value of the current economy, of the Capricorn age, of that era. So now let's move on to the fact of Chiron, and so this is today, okay? 7:35 was Venus conjunct Pluto exactly, and Mercury Uranus was earlier today, and now the Chiron in the North Node. Let's move into tomorrow, and this is tomorrow night. Sun on 29-degree Aquarius, coming to the end of Aquarius season. Mars on the 3rd degree 57, Venus on 2nd degree 08. They're already starting to conjunct. So all this week, Venus and Mars are going to travel together. And we're going to talk about that now, after we pass through the Sun Pisces. So let's take it to the moment that the Sun is shifting into Pisces as the next thing to talk about. And here it is. Okay, there we go. Sun is moving into 0 Pisces on Monday at 3:13 p.m. and then we're starting Pisces season. Happy birthday to all the Piscean in the house. Pisces is the last star sign of the zodiac. It's the end of the journey of the solar year. So things coming to kind of ending and shedding and letting go and surrendering. Pisces is that home of great spirit, of spirituality, of divinity, of unconditional love, of compassion, of forgiveness, of dreams, of magic, of mysticism. Pisces is that home of, like, in Aries it's all about the self, the beginning, the initiative, first star sign, and Pisces, the 12th star sign, it's about, okay, the journey is ended, everything is shedded, now it's all offered back to great spirit. So it's the place of devotion, selfless service, kind of like being in service, of love, of compassion, of understanding. And that definitely could soften things up. But what's going to be interesting in this Pisces season is that it's the first Pisces season we are going to experience with the Sun conjunct Saturn. And that's what we are heading for now in around 2-3 weeks. No, less, in 2 weeks. Monday, by the 26th, 27th of February, we have Sun conjunct Saturn. And this is the first time, because last year, Saturn came into Pisces after the Sun was already in Pisces, then retrograde back to Aquarius, and then moved into Pisces again. So now that the Sun is going to come and meet Saturn in Pisces, now we're going to get like, okay, so what is this about? Now, how is that significant to the current process? Because Saturn is karma. Saturn is like, you get what you give is what you get, kind of a thing. So now in this stage of purging and ending and letting go and things coming to an end to create space for this new. And with the Sun and Saturn, it's kind of like, just make sure that whatever you are ending and whatever you're purging, the decisions you make sure that it's with integrity of spirit. Make sure that there is spiritual integrity in the things you do, that it's really right for your soul, it's really right for your spirit. Pisces, because it's also the place of the high dimensions of spirit and love and that, it's also the place of escapism. It's the opposite of Virgo. Virgo is like grounded, embodied presence. Pisces is like, let me go, this world is too much for me, I just want to check out. So Pisces is like, people could be like, that's it, I'm over this life, I'm done with it, I can't take this pain anymore, I can't take this wounding anymore. Pisces is super sensitive, super emotional. So it's kind of like, I don't know what to do with this pain anymore, I don't know what to do with this suffering anymore, where is my divinity, where is my guidance, where is my like, I'm feeling so lost. And it's kind of like, can be like an emotional kind of like ocean of emotions just flowing. And so if people thinking to themselves, for example, in this energy, Pluto seduce them to think like, look, and it's interesting because Aquarius is that place of kind of like detached, kind of disconnect. It's kind of like there's like the world and there's the other people. But Aquarius is kind of a bit cold. It's kind of a bit kind of like staying kind of remote and detached. It's kind of like it can be around people, but it doesn't get too much into people. Kind of like take them for fair value, keeping them in arm length and kind of like connecting but not connecting. On the other hand, Aquarius people are very good in connecting with all kind of different people. They can have like weird friends from all spectrum of life. Aquarian party is kind of a weird party. It's like eclectic, you know, just kind of radical, kind of like everyone are accepted in their weirdness, basically. And so as the planets pass through Pluto in all this process with the Chiron North Node, what we need to pay attention to is that we're not searching, especially when the sun is shifting to Pisces on Monday afternoon, is to make sure that we are not being tempted or seduced to bypass this pain and this wounding and this struggle and this process of transformation we are going through by escaping. Look, you know, you've been in your room crying about your heartbreak and your separation, you know, come with us to a party. You need to come to a party. You go to the party. Listen, this is really good drugs, man. Trust me. The person who gave it to me is really gonna take it. And then you take that drug and you have this, and it's like, is that really in integrity with your spirit? Is that really good for you? Are you escaping it? Are you avoiding it? That kind of thing is like, you know, your relationship is going through some struggles because everything is struggling. The feminine and the masculine are going through a big process. Relationship is going through a bit of a struggle. Suddenly you go on a function, and in that function there is a nice, let's say if you're a woman, there is a nice man. They look right, they look good, and they say the right thing, and they start seducing you into having an affair with them. And you're thinking, you know what? My relationship has been sucked so long, you know, it's just not working. It's like, maybe I'll just have an affair, just a one night off, you know, just to have a bit of experience. And you're seducing yourself and he's seducing you and you're going and having an affair. But you know that nothing stays underneath the surface. Everything comes out at some stage. Because the best friend of your husband happened to be around when you walked with that man into that hotel room, and he gave him a call. He's like, listen, I just saw your wife going to a hotel with another man. So is it really right? Is it the right way? It's like, so make sure that all your decisions are not based on some wounded state that wants to escape and avoid, but embracing the sensitivity, embracing the emotional process, embracing the healing process, embracing the fact that we're all facing some wounds at the moment, embracing the fact that we're all feeling some vulnerability in some place in our life, embracing the fact that we're all challenged in some way, shape and form, and just walking with that with faith. Pluto in Aquarius, faith, and with Pisces season, trust in spirit ways, trust in the divine love, and use spirituality, and use healing, and use music, and use creativity, and use ways of compassion and love in order to navigate through this period, through this phase in a constructive, healing manner, rather than an escaping, avoiding, wounding manner. So Sun, Pisces, happy birthday Pisceans. And that's on Monday, and overall I like it because Pisces can bring a bit of softness. Pisces is a good time for healing, good time to connect with emotions, creativity, spirituality, very good. And so as the sun moves into 00 Pisces on Monday afternoon, Mars is on the 4th degree 33 minutes, Venus is on the 3rd degree 5 minutes. It's only a degree and 28 minutes apart. Nicole, you're Aquarius. Good. So you know that sometimes you can be a weirdo, sometimes you can be quirky, sometimes you can say things out of nowhere and people look at you like, where did she come from? You know, you can kind of have like bright ideas, you know, you can connect with many different people, or you know, you can kind of feel like, you know what, I actually don't feel like connecting to any people at all. Leave me all alone. All these people, all this world are weirdos. You know, you can be very loving and very kind of sociable, but then on the other hand, you can have like times where you're kind of cold and kind of detached and kind of like it's like, how, you know, how can we bring you into closeness and love? That could be a bit of a challenge of Aquarius, how to connect in a warm way, because it's opposite to Leo. So Leo is that heart, love, drama. Aquarius is like, detach from drama, mate. Let go of the drama. There's no drama, mate. So that's that. So Venus and Mars are going to be very closely together already on Monday. Yep, accurate. Good. It's good to know who we are and to kind of admit it and kind of own it, basically. I'm Taurus, I know I have many good qualities of Taurus, but sometimes I can be stubborn, it's like, take me time to make changes, but when I make the changes, they are long-lasting changes. On the other hand, if you look at your 11 o'clock, the North Node 1649 and Chiron 1643, that's it, 6 minutes. 6 minutes apart between them. They're literally on Tuesday, a day after, they're already conjunct. So, we're going to have Chiron conjunct North Node in Aries, with the Sun in Pisces season. Now, Chiron, the story of Chiron is that there needs to be a sacrifice. Something is being sacrificed. A drug addict needs to sacrifice his drug addiction in order to gain clarity and sobriety. An alcoholic person, Pisces, alcohol, drugs, substances. An alcoholic person has to sacrifice his alcohol drinking habits in order to have some clarity and some emotional healing happening here. A gambler has to sacrifice his habit of going to the casino every week if he wants to have some money. A sex addict has to come to terms with the fact and agree and admit to themselves that they're obsessed about their sex, they're addicted to their sexuality, like they have to have sex, they need to have sex, and it's kind of like, wait a second, let me sacrifice that sexual desire need because I want to understand what's behind it. Something is driving the obsession, something is driving the addiction to compensate and to cover up something that is lacking and missing inside. And so Chiron North Node are opening the wound wide, and Chiron, think about it, as you can see, the symbol is the key. So think that with Chiron they have all these keys, and this Chiron North Node, the next time it will happen is 14 years from now, 2038. So it doesn't happen often. So Chiron, it's like he comes with this ring full of keys, and he's facing in front of this futuristic door, and he's trying different keys, trying to unlock the healing, and that's a healing journey. Over years you may work on healing your trauma, and every time you go to a different modality, some acupuncture, some naturopathy, some Chinese medicine, some sound healing, some Reiki, some shamanic healing, some ayahuasca, some mushrooms, some this. You try different things, and every time you achieve something, but you're still not fully getting the healing. Here comes the potential. Here comes the real potency of healing. And this Chiron North Node, the future destiny in Aries, a new self is searching to emerge. A new sense of self, a new identity, a new sense of empowerment, a new sense of courage, of bravery, of self-trust, of self-worth is searching for a way to emerge and to come out. Remember, all the personal planets went into the underworld to meet Pluto. They have shedded, they let go. Okay, I'm wounded. There you go. You took my money, you took my business, you took my family, you took all that away. You took it away. Okay, here I am naked now. How can we heal and move forward? That's what Chiron is doing with the North Node. And this conjunction, which is the next step that is happening on Tuesday, big week makes big people happen. That's how you want to look at it. You don't want to look at this, but it's very tough and it's wounding. It's like, no, let's heal, baby. Let's shed, let's purge, let's face, let's confront, let's shift, let's heal. Let's take the tough ride and make it a ride of glory into a new future. So we don't want to do the wounding. We don't want to wound ourselves. I don't know if I can take it anymore. I don't know. Life is too tough. No, that's the wounded. You need to let that go. To bigger, I can do this. I can do this. How can I do this? The guiding question of Chiron is not, why is this happening to me? That's the wounded self. The healing question is like, what am I learning through this? It's not coming to wound me. It's coming for me to learn something. It's coming for me to understand something, to heal something. It's not against me. It's for me. And in my humanness, I may see it as against me, temporary, but in my soul essence, in my spirit, I know that it's always for me. It's for my evolution. And so the conjunction of Uranus and North Node and Chiron on 16 degree 45 minutes of Aries on Tuesday at 5:50 a.m. So Monday night is a very healing sleep, and Tuesday morning 5:50 they conjunct exactly. So Monday and Tuesday are gonna be very vulnerable days, very sensitive days, not just for you, for everyone. Remember, not many people understand what we are talking about. Not many people are aware of this influence of the astrology and the conscious processes unfolding and the awareness to this mechanism that is guiding us. So if you're exposed to this and you hear this and you receive this guidance, then you are the conscious one. You become conscious of this process, but it doesn't mean that everyone are conscious of this process. The majority of society is unconscious of the conscious state, which means that you have an insight. You know what's happening, and the reason why I'm doing this love stream is to share this guidance, because then we can navigate through the energy without falling down the traps, but by harvesting the potential and using it for our benefit. And so just know to yourself, from today into Tuesday, people are going to be very sensitive, especially from Monday. Monday is the shift. When the sun goes into Pisces, sensitivity, emotional vulnerability, people will be very feeling a lot. So when Chiron and the North Node are meeting here at your 7 o'clock, the sun is still on 0 degree Pisces, the initiative degree of Pisces. It's super sensitive. But let's look at the other aspect. It's super magical. It's super healing. It's super divinity. It's like spirit presence. It's kind of like lean on your spirituality, lean on your spiritual faith. Use prayer, use healing sessions. Come to a healing session if you need me. It will be my pleasure to help you. Go and get some healing done. Go and Pisces is the ocean. Spend some time in water, in a bath, healing, soothing in the ocean, in a pool. Creativity. Through creativity, we are channeling our spiritual wisdom. Journal, draw, make a clay pot, write some music, play an instrument, sing. You drive in your car, sing your emotions, sing your pain, sing your struggle, sing your challenge. And that could help you move that energy through you. And so Tuesday is a very sensitive day. We're waking up 5:50 a.m. Sun 0 degree Pisces, super sensitive. Chiron North Node meeting, and this moment is the moment where you finally find the key. Out of all the ring with the keys, you put the key, chuck. Oh my God, the healing process is unlocked. There is a breakthrough. There is a shift. There is healing. Excuse me. Now, mind you, some of us will experience it on Monday. Some of us will experience it on Tuesday. Some of us may experience it only a week or 2 weeks from now. But this is the catalyst. This is the breakthrough. This is the healing. Something happening here. And it's in Aries. It's in our ego structure. It's in our self-identity, our self-worthiness, our self-love, self-trust. Maybe you felt impotent lately, lacking of energy, lacking of confidence, lacking of drive, like you used to have the drive and the motivation and the energy and the fire, but all this time and all the challenges just became dull and you don't know where to find it. Where's that spark? Where's that fire? It's coming. From now into April, it's gonna happen very fast, very rapid, boom, 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 boom. It's gonna be like massive shifts. So there's exciting things to look forward to. So yes, this has some wounding aspects, some challenging aspects, some sensitive aspects, but the outcome result of that is going to be amazing, okay? So, Tuesday morning, the conjunction of Chiron North Node, Sun in 0 Pisces. On your 9 o'clock, Venus on 3 degree 51, Aquarius, Mars 5 degree 01. So there is a degree and 10 minutes. Venus is closing in on Mars. So one layer of this energy is this Sun into Pisces, Chiron North Node. That's one layer. The second layer in the background is that the divine feminine and divine masculine are closing in on each other while all this is happening. So, but they're not meeting yet. They're only meeting after Chiron meet the North Node, after the Sun moves into Pisces, after all the planets move through Pluto, Mars stripped naked, Venus stripped naked, and here they are about to meet. Okay? And this is exciting. So think that like the man gone, there we go. The man has gone through a healing session with a shaman on a retreat. He came back, took over the kids, and the woman went on a retreat, on a shamanic healing. And the man came back renewed. The process is happening there. And while the woman is away in the retreat, he's processing. Then the woman is going through that, and now she's processing. And the woman comes home, and then the kids go into their grandma. And the man and the woman, after doing deep healing, are finally making passionate love. Healing, suddenly connection. There's like, even if you're not in a relationship, this is us, within us. This wounded masculine has gone through a healing breakthrough. This wounded feminine has gone through a breakthrough. And now this masculine and the feminine are coming together, and they go like, let's make a new future. Let's go forward. Let's move forward. Let's take a quantum leap jump. Let's become something new. Let's take a new direction. Let's try a new thing. Let's reinvent our relationship. Let's reinvent our relationship. Me and me. My masculine, our masculine is our ego mind, our solar plexus and kind of like third eye and base. This is who I am, this is what I am. And the feminine, the crown, throat, the crown, heart, sacral. It's kind of like, that's how I feel, that's what I feel, and that's my connection, that's my divinity. They're coming together. Okay? So now we're gonna go to that point. Before that, I'm actually gonna go to Wednesday night, 7 p.m. sound healing meditation. The moon is at the end of Cancer, very emotional, very sensitive. Venus and Mars are really close together. They're already conjunct. They are like 26 minutes apart. Mercury is coming to the end of Aquarius, 26 degrees. The Sun is on 2 Pisces. Chiron, North Node. Chiron is moving forward from the North Node, but they're still together. So Wednesday evening sound healing is with Chiron North Node still happening and Venus Mars conjunct happening with the moon in Cancer. Okay, now we're gonna move into Thursday. Okay, here it comes. Venus conjunct Mars on your 3 o'clock on 6 degree and 57 minutes of Aquarius. Exactly on Thursday at 5:56 p.m. Thursday evening, Mars and Venus conjunction. So now let's talk about that. Mars and Venus conjunction is a cycle of around 2 years. The last time that they conjuncted was on the, on the 5th of March, 2022. So now we're gonna move 2 years back. And 2 years back, and you can see this was the story. It started from February. Okay, this was, I don't know if you remember, that was a long saga. It was a massive long saga. There you go. It started from February. Okay, so here we are on your 3 o'clock. Venus was 5th degree. This is 22, February 22. Venus was 5th degree, Mars was 5th degree, Venus was 11th degree, Mars was faster than Venus, and I'm gonna move by the days. And here is like Mars closing in on Venus, and they traveling together for weeks. I remember those love stream that we spoke about the fact that Mars and Venus are traveling together for weeks, and it was in Capricorn. When Pluto was still in Capricorn, as you can see, Pluto was here in Capricorn. That was very big. And we're moving through the days, and Mars is chasing Venus, and then they conjuncted on the 17th degree of Capricorn. Exactly at there we go. They traveled a long time together, even in the same conjunction. The same conjunction was happening for like a long time. But it started exactly on your 7 or 6 o'clock here, 16 degree 49 minutes of Capricorn. That was the 16th of February. Write it down for yourself. 16th of February, the Venus-Mars cycle of the 2 years before ended, and a new cycle began. What did you initiate in your relationships? What did you initiate within your masculine and feminine? Remember, Venus is our relationships, our money, our finance, jobs, investments, assets, our values, our health. Mars is our confidence, our identity, our self-worth, our masculine, our ego, our power. They met together in the middle of Capricorn, which is kind of like the authority, the structure, the character, the business deal, the buying a business, selling a business, closing a business, opening a business, starting a relationship, ending a relationship, signing the legal documents, agreements, kind of doing a process. Like for me, that was my final stages of my family court. This was the waiting time to the final trial, basically, which I simulate my plan and acted upon it. Pluto was in 27 degree of Capricorn, so that was still breaking down the past. This is 22, February 22, okay? So that was when they conjuncted first time, okay? Then it was so interesting because now moving days ahead again. Then Mars have passed Venus, and then they all they're still together. This is the 4th of March, and they're still traveling together, and they both conjuncted Pluto here. Remember that as well? Don't know if you remember. But here we go, Venus, Pluto, Mars on the 27th degree of Capricorn. So very interesting that now 2 years later, Venus and Mars just passed through Pluto on the 0 Aquarius. Back then they conjuncted Pluto at the end of Capricorn to end the old contracts, to end the old structure, the old identity, the old system. This was March 22. That's when we made a decision to close something, to end something, to change something, or to create something, to start something new, a new business, a new relationship, a new investment, whatever. By the way, this was the time where the Bitcoin crypto market was kind of in the bottoming stages of the correction down. So if you bought Bitcoin back then, you were very happy now. So now we're moving days forward, and then both of them move into 00 Aquarius, where they just met Pluto. Okay, so they conjuncted again, and they conjuncted again. I think it was on the 1 minute, 001. Oh, there you go. There's 7, 5, 3, 1, yeah, 59. They literally moved together. You see on your 3 o'clock, Venus and Mars, they conjuncted Pluto, and they literally traveled together all the way from the middle of Capricorn. From the middle of Capricorn, they traveled together for a month, and they moved together. 29:59 together. They moved. Look, I'm moving 1 minute forward. 1 minute forward. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's move minutes. There you go. Mars moves to 0. Venus moved to 0. They both ended Capricorn and entered Aquarius on 00, where Pluto is right now. So they initiated something back then, and now they have passed through Pluto there on the 0 degree to end that, to purge that, to kind of like, okay, that was good, we made that decision, we took that path. That's now it's wrapping up. Wow, chat room, hello. Hey, Slope 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, good to have you back. And Catherine, yep. And April, hello April, good to have you with us. And so this was the process. Now we're talking the cycle of Venus-Mars conjunction. They both, and let's take it further, let's take it a day forward, 0 0, and here, like for example, Mars, Venus is on 0 0 52. If I take it back, there you go, 0 51. So Mars Venus was conjunct on 0 0 Aquarius, and Venus was on 0 0 51 on the 7th of March 2022, and this is exactly the minute and the degree that she met Pluto today, right now. Okay, so Venus is right now on the 52 degrees. 7th of March is where Venus is today. Okay, and so now she's come to Pluto to purge what she initiated back then in regards to all the archetypes I said. Okay, and they, you know, they still travel together, 1 degree, 2 degree, and then they started to separate, 4 3 5 4 6 5, and this is the 6 degrees where they gonna meet now. So if I move until both of them are on the 6th, no, it's not happening. Cool. So 6th, 14th of March was when they were there still, and this is where they are now. So now I'm moving, remember that from beginning of February until middle of March, Venus and Mars were conjunct from the 16th degree of Capricorn all the way to the 6th degree of Aquarius, and then they started separating. Okay, that cycle is now ending this week, and it's amazing that it's ending as they pass through Pluto, to really put the end to it, to put the death to it. It's like it's closing. Okay, so if I'll share something personal for you to take whatever you can take from it, Pluto in the end of Capricorn broke down everything for me, as many of you know. The business, the marriage, the family, the wealth I've created, everything, all my money is gone, all the business was gone, everything is gone, right? And when we came to February, March, that was 3 months before my final trial, which in that time I've made my decision of the action steps I'm going to take, the plan. I've already kind of saw what's going to happen, and indeed I followed that through, and everything got sealed in June, and since then it's all done. All the legal Capricorn stuff was finished, finalized, and until now I've been dealing with the consequences of the way I was treated and the way I was handled, and the mess that was left for me while the honey was given to the other side. So now this is now, and I'm gonna take it back to Thursday. Here I am now, and I'm kind of like I'm feeling I've been processing the wounding around that process and the damage it caused my life, and basically the way I live my life that is influenced by all the damage that was caused. So for me, it's been processing that, a lot about that. And it's like there's many layers to that without going too personal. And I feel and I sense that now that's the process I'm doing. I'm shedding off all that, and I'm waiting for that breakthrough that can help me close that chapter completely by doing all the financial stuff that is, fixing all the mess financially and all that. And where the future goes, I have no idea, but I'm not afraid of it. And it's kind of like, be excited about the unknown. Okay? So Venus conjunct Mars coming back to now. It's happening exactly on Thursday at 5:55 p.m. 5:55. Mars conjunct Venus in Aquarius, 6 degree 57. As they conjunct, they initiate a new 2-year cycle. So they come together, the husband and wife, they come together and they sit and they plan, okay, where are we taking our family now? Where are we taking our business now? Where do we want to live now? How do we want to live now? Lately, through all the things that happen, I've realized that those people are not real friends and they don't really have our best interests in heart. So I don't really feel like socializing with them anymore. I don't really feel like having them. It's like I'm not really resonating with them. Let's go and meet new people. Let's go and try new things. So that's kind of, this is Thursday evening, 5:55, Mars-Venus conjunction, beautiful. The divine feminine, the divine masculine are coming together into a beautiful union in Aquarius about the future, about innovation, about breaking free, about liberation. This is great for making love. If you are in a relationship, if you have a partner, great energy for making love, for connecting, for kind of bonding together as partners. If you are single, this is a great energy to kind of connect with yourself on a healing way, in a loving way, to kind of come from this wounded cycle past that we are dealing with now until then, and come to that day and say, you know what, I'm gonna love myself more. I'm gonna believe in myself more. I'm going to support myself more. I'm going to value myself more. And I'm going to reopen myself to new friendships, to new relationships, to new people. So if you are single and you've been dealing with kind of being single, wounded, broken-hearted, all these things, this could very much be like, you know what, it's time to open your mind, Aquarius, to new possibilities and to new opportunities, to new relationships and to new beginnings. It's time for new beginnings. Go and try new things. I had a lady come in lately and she said, like, I'm finally ready to date. And that's what we've been working on her readiness to date people again. And so the thing I told her is, like, just take this period now as a period of exploration. Go on a date without too much attachment. It's Aquarius. Go on a date without too much attachment of, like, this is going to be my partner for a long life. Go in order to experience. Date different men. Try this man and that man and that man. And every man will give you something. They will share with you something. You will learn about yourself something through that. And just keep on trying. Don't be too attached. Just kind of be experimental. Go to new places. Go and meet new people. New kind of events, new concert, a new art show, and you go to places you never been before. It's like sometimes you go to a different supermarket, and the people in the supermarket is a whole new experience. I can tell you, I've been experimenting supermarkets for the last few years, and even I've been experimenting the times of the day that you go to the supermarket and the types of people that are in the supermarket. So there is those times of the day, and it's hilarious, yeah. There's the times of the day when it's kind of like all the old age care people are coming in, and suddenly you're in the supermarket with all the old people, and they're slow and they kind of stand there and they this and that. Then there's the time that it's buzzing. It's all the family people, the mothers, the fathers, the kids after school. Then there's the late time at night where all the weirdos come up. Suddenly you're in the supermarket with lots of weirdos, and you go like, what's going on here? So you can even experiment, it's like, try new things, try a new gym, try a new yoga class, try a new nightclub, try a new pub, try a new meditation center, try a new experience that through that you might meet new people. So this is Mars-Venus on Thursday, 6:57. While the North Node and Chiron are still together. It's still happening. It's happening for a while. So it's not like, okay, Tuesday, Chiron, North Node met, that's it, we're over it. No, it's a process. It's a process. But ultimately, this is beautiful, this night of Thursday when Venus and Mars coming together. Now, mind you, the moon is already on 8 degrees of Leo, and the full moon is in Virgo. So we are now coming into the rising into the full moon, and guess what's happening now? I need to go to the toilet. So be with the music for a moment while I'm going for a second and coming back. Honey, I'm back. Okay. So this is Ethno Organica Volume 2. Ethnic Deep House and Organic Techno. Adia. DJ set. Nice. Beautiful. Deep shamanic. So this is now happening, the Venus and Mars conjunction happening while the North Node and Chiron are still happening. And also another thing about the Venus and Mars conjunction is, as I told you before, Jupiter is on the 10 degree, Jupiter moved to the 10 degree by now of Taurus. So it's only 9 degrees away from Uranus. That's happening middle of April. And they are 3 degrees and 6 minutes away from Jupiter, so it's already a square, right? So they come together and they want to connect. You might feel the desire to connect. You want to connect with new people. You want to connect with your partner. You want to connect with yourself on a whole new level. But it might be a bit tricky because it's in Aquarius, the place of a bit disconnection, a bit of cold, a bit of kind of like remote, far out there. So it's kind of like you want to connect with the people of the earth, but you don't know how to. You still haven't fully figured out how to fit your weirdness, quirky identity of yours, that until now you felt wounded by being weird. Now you realize that you're not going to be wounded by being weird. You're going to embrace the fact that you're weird because weird is beautiful. You know, sometimes Marley tell me, Dad, you're weird. I tell him, good, I'm happy. He's like, you tell him, why? Because I never wanted to be normal. Normal is boring. Who wants to be normal? Normal is boring. And so the idea is like, yeah, when everything was in Capricorn, at least we had stability. We had structure. We had responsibilities. We had the system. But now in Aquarius, it's all out there. It's just out of nowhere things happen, you know, and you can expect in the world as well. Weird things are going to happen. You know, energies from out of space through the solar activity, cycle 25. If it's going to be space news of all kind of things around Mars and Venus and space travels and rockets and moon landings and all these things, if it's going to be aliens, more spaceships, more UPAs, UFOs, you know, and then also the weirdness of AI and technology and the blockchain and everything is happening so much is happening that you might want to feel a connect, but you don't know how. Square to Jupiter. I don't understand. It's like I want to connect with people, but it's like, and I'm trying to open up my mind and expand my value system and kind of feel blessed with what I have. Jupiter in Taurus is saying like, listen, don't try to invent something that you don't have. Use what you have. That's Taurus. Jupiter is in Taurus. Your blessings and your abundance will be by expanding what you already have. The skills that you have, the talents that you have, the connections that you have, the relationships you have, your family members, your good friends. Through that, it's like if you are a musician and your band is broken down, it doesn't mean you need to stop being a musician. It just means that maybe it's time to make a new band. If you are a school teacher and you got fired from your school because you had an argument with the principal, it doesn't mean you need to stop being a teacher. It just means you maybe just try a new school. Maybe you want to do private lessons, tutoring, you know. It's like, okay, you're a therapist, but your business went down. Okay, maybe you can go in doing like social care, you know, help disabled, something like that. Doesn't mean you're not a carer anymore. So that's kind of what Jupiter did. It's like, so Mars, Venus together in Aquarius, they want to connect, they want to merge, but they may have kind of a bit of difficulty, a bit of friction. That's the square to Jupiter. And now the Sun is 3 degrees Pisces. It's sensitive. So whatever you do, make sure you're using the Sun in Pisces. And remember that Pisces overall is now the powerhouse, because Neptune is home in Pisces. So this whole meeting and party and processes are actually happening in like under Neptune territory. It's kind of like Neptune is home in Pisces, the place of the great spirit, of the masters and the teachers and the angels and divinity and spirituality. This is where the stage kind of background is in Neptune in Pisces. So, and this is a big Pisces season because of Saturn being there, and by now Sun is only 5 degrees away from Saturn. And when the Sun comes to Saturn, it's kind of like, okay, so what is this about? Like, how can I be more responsible to my spirituality? And this could be a bit hardship, right? A lot of us are experiencing hardship. The global economy is experiencing hardship, so if you are as an individual experiencing hardship, it's not your fault. It's also the landscape. And some of you may be your fault because you overspent and didn't really budget properly. Yeah, this week I had a man that is kind of like, he had a multi-million-dollar business. It's been shrinking. It's coming to a place now that the business is kind of like, okay, it's all sell it or close it down. And you know, it could be that time for some people of businesses closing down, of bankruptcies, of, you know, a loss of this, a loss of that. And with Chiron the North Node, it's kind of, but what will people say about me? What will people think about me? What will be my image? Who gives a fuck? This is about you. Don't give a fuck about what other people, Aquarius, but what would other people think about me if I make these changes? What will other people do about me? I'm telling you, over the last 2 years, many other people thought about me many different things and said about me many different things, and I don't give a fuck. If anything at all, from all these people talking about me and gossiping and saying all these things, it made me know who I am even more, value myself even more, and be even stronger in my self-identity. So you choose if you take the other people's reactions and talks and ideas to your detriment, to wound you, you take it on, or if actually you use that to strengthen your sense of self-identity, your self-worthiness, your self-love. And that's the path of healing. So yeah, this is Mars and Venus square Jupiter. Black Moon, Lilith and Juno also conjunct in Virgo, so very interesting, because Juno, the sacred goddess of marriage, Black Moon Lilith is the kind of the rebellious kind of dark feminine, and they come together. It's like, what's sacred, what's not, you know? That fetish you have that you bring into your bed with your partner. Okay, it's nice to explore that fetish as a couple in bed, but is it sacred, or is it kind of a bit kind of too dark? You know, that fantasy you have, or you know, that person you are dating, is it trauma bonding? Is it a shadow aspect relationship, or is it truly divine? It's questioning there too. So, you know, over the last week and this week, people may question their relationships. You know, there may be some breakups, there may be some endings to business partnerships or relationships, friendships, and at the same time, initiations of new directions, new relationships, new businesses. So whatever happens, trust that it's in divine order, and it's always for your best interest in the big picture. This is Thursday. I am planning to come at you again for a love stream again next, we'll see. I don't want to say, but I would try to come on Thursday or Friday, you know, for the full moon, because I don't want to go into the full moon now. It's 9:27, but we'll go into it a bit. This thing of Mars conjunct Venus and the North Node and Chiron, it's happening when the moon is now rising into the full moon. So to top the fact that Sun in Pisces is very sensitive, and all that process of Chiron North Node very sensitive and vulnerable, Mars and Venus conjunct together, Moon is in Leo. Moving to Friday, and Friday Chiron is still with the North Node on the 16th degree, and the Sun is on 4th degree, closing in on Saturn. Mercury is at the end of Aquarius, and Mercury will go into Pisces as well at, there we go. Mercury moves into Pisces on Friday 6:29 p.m. and then we're gonna have the Mercury, Sun, Saturn, Neptune in Pisces, Venus, Mars, Pluto in Aquarius. Now Aquarius and Pisces, it's out there. It's not personal, it's not here. Aquarius is out of beyond time and space, cosmic expansion. Pisces is the multi-dimensional, beyond this world, spirit, veils of spirit, like higher dimensions. And so all the energy is actually way out there. It's all way out there. And so if you're looking for stability and you know, it's like that with Capricorn, there's no Capricorn anymore. There's nothing to keep it too stable. So just get used to the fact that now we have moved into a period of time, of years to come, with all this Aquarius energy, Aquarius and Pisces. There's like, the structure of no structure, the stability within instability, the unexpected, the sudden, the changes, and realize that yes, we can walk with that too. It's okay. We will just have to be flexible. We just have to, a problem arise, be innovative, explore different options, different things, but don't allow it to wound you, but take it as a place of like, let's reinvent. So this is rising to the full moon. This Mercury moves to Pisces on Friday evening. Venus and Mars are still pretty much together. Chiron North Node still pretty much together. And the full moon, which I'll try to come again next week. I will try, but in case I won't be able to, Saturday. On Saturday at 11:30 p.m. Next Saturday, 11:30 p.m. full moon in Virgo. The moon is in Virgo, 5th degree 23 minutes at your 12 o'clock. The sun on your 6 o'clock, 5 degree 23 minutes Pisces. It's pretty much, look at this sandwich, Saturn, Sun, Mercury. Alright? So Saturn, karma, integrity, identity, structure, responsibility, due diligence. Pisces, the sun, the soul essence. Mercury, the mind, the perception. Offering in service of compassion and love. This is, the sun is shining the light into Pisces, and the moon is in Virgo. It's detoxing, it's purging, it's embodied purge process of like clearing, decluttering, detoxing. This is, could be a very good full moon to have an intention of let go of any addictions, any substances, alcohol, drugs, bad habits, to sacrifice them, to let them go in order to serve your healing. It's all a part of that big healing thing in the background, because North Node, Chiron are still together here. And Venus and Mars are still together. So it's a full moon in Virgo, with Venus still conjunct Mars, with Chiron still conjunct the North Node. And here comes the full moon in Virgo to the Sun, Mercury, Sun, Pisces. The Sun, Mercury, Saturn, Pisces. On top of that, what else is happening here is that Venus and Mars are actually in a much tighter and closer square to Jupiter. Jupiter 1024, Venus, Mars are squaring at 942 and 840. So there is literally 42 minutes between the exact square of Venus to Jupiter, and a degree and 44 minutes between Mars and Jupiter. But it's a square, and that's a challenge. Mars and Venus in Pluto. Again, you want to connect, you want to establish a new merge of your divine union, masculine, feminine. It's in Aquarius, new people, new frequencies. You may be zapped out of nowhere with kind of different things happening to you, different events happening to you, unexpected things just suddenly happen to you. It's Aquarius. And it's squaring Jupiter. It's like, what am I supposed to do about this? What am I supposed to believe about this? So where is the blessing? Should I really do that? Should I invest in that? Should I buy this shit coin? Should I sell? Should I buy? Should I close the business? Or should I start this business? Should I move a house? Should I sell the house? Should I buy the house? Should I separate from this relationship? If you have a good relationship, but you're going through some tough waves, invest healing in that relationship. Invest with love and compassion. It's like we are all going through a lot, so you need to have a lot of love and compassion for each other within the relationship, and be in that service of love and compassion to your friends, to society, to the world. Pluto has already moved to the first degree of Aquarius. Ooh, hallelujah. Pluto first degree of Aquarius, another powerful shift. Juno and Black Moon Lilith are conjunct as well on the 16-15 of Virgo. So there is a trine starting. So in the same time Venus and Mars are squaring Jupiter, they're also trining the South Node, and they sextile the North Node and Chiron. So at least you see how it's all got to do with this Chiron North Node. So it's kind of a mishmash of this wounded and this kind of like struggle and this challenge and this kind of like despair or hurt or this and that. with the potential for healing and for union and for breakthrough and for blessings and for this and that, but it's not so clear. It's coming together, it's happening, but it's not there yet. So this is what I'm saying. It's a big week. Very significant shifts are happening this week, but the result is not gonna be here this week. The result is from now into April, okay? Because in April, why is he talking about April all the time? But before I go to April, let's just lock this full moon. What else is happening here? Yeah, that's the main thing. Uranus is trining Juno and this. So yeah, it's like the Juno and the Black Moon Lilith is kind of trining Uranus, the ruler of Aquarius, while Mars and Venus are conjunct in Aquarius. So it's kind of like, if it's a good relationship, it doesn't mean you have to break it and sacrifice it. You just need to sacrifice the thing that disturbs the relationship. That long-term issue, that problem, that thing, just let that go and reinvent your relationship. Just find solutions, just innovate, like, take it to a new place, You and your husband, you and your wife, you're having kind of like tough time. The business is that, the money is that, the children are that, there's challenges in life. And you can't even find a way to smile together or to laugh together. It's like, guess what? You know what? It's time to put everything on pause and go out for a date. No, it's not for us, we're already in our 50s, in our 60s, let us just sit with a cup of tea. Shut the fuck up and just go out for a date. Go to a pub, go to a movie, go to a dance show, go to a nightclub, go and have a boogie, go to a hotel room. Just try ways to connect in a new way. I don't have friends, I'm lonely, I used to have friends, but they betrayed me and they gossiped, and I just better be alone. It's like, yeah, let that go. It's time to connect. I don't know where to go. Look on the internet, Aquarius. Look on the internet, there's there's parties for all kind of people. There's drug-free, alcohol-free, conscious parties you can go to, meet conscious people, yoga places, Just try. St. Kilda Festival is happening this weekend. So it's kind of like you can go there tomorrow, St. Kilda Festival, you see a lot of people, music, free kids in the streets. Beautiful, beautiful. You can try that. Lots of festivals around. And so that's the full moon. Now I'm gonna end it by saying like, but why is he talking about April all the time? Why is he talking about April? So let's go into April and see why am I talking about April, so you understand. In April, on the 9th of April, on the 8th of April, look at that. This will blow your mind. Look at that. 9th of April, 4:21 a.m. Look at your 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. We have a new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron. Okay? A new astrological year, a new sense of Aries. It's a new initiation. It's a whole new beginning. Moon, Sun, and Chiron exactly on the 1924, even on the same minute. So everything that is happening now with Chiron, that's what I'm saying. This is like the catharsis, the catalyst of the healing, that the wounded is really going through a massive process. And by the time we get to the 9th of April, we have a new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron. Is like, fuck yeah, let's go. Okay? And what else is happening? Jupiter conjunct Uranus. That massive explosion that is happening 13 days afterwards. Right? So then from that new moon, I'm gonna go and move to the 22nd. Let's move to the 20th. And the 20th is the predicted day of the Bitcoin halving. The sun moves into 0 Taurus. Very, very fitting. Taurus, value, assets, investment, money, wealth, abundance. Sun goes into 0 Taurus. And look at that, Venus will be closing to conjunct with Chiron. Okay? Mercury conjunct Venus conjunct Chiron. So Mercury trade market, Venus assets investment, Chiron the healed state after coming from that new moon in Aries. It's kind of like the healed state is emerging, and Uranus Jupiter is conjunct. And literally 2 days after, on the 22nd, it's the exact conjunction. There we go. On the 21:49 of Taurus, here on your 10 o'clock, Sunday 21st of April, Jupiter conjunct Uranus. Boom. So that's coming in April, okay? April is gonna be massive. But even the way from here to April is massive. So this is what I had for you today. I hope you enjoyed this download, this love stream. I try to share as much as I could with you. Of course, we can always go deeper and further, but it's a pretty massive download. And I wish for all of us to be centered in love and compassion this week, to choose the path of healing rather than the path of wounding, to make the right decisions that are in integrity with our spirit, and to choose to heal. Choose to heal, choose to move forward, choose to leave that wounded story behind. It's already happened now with all this Pluto, personal planets to Pluto. The shedding has happened. The sacrifice is now coming. Tuesday is the sacrifice, that Chiron North Node, sacrifice. Then comes the full moon on Saturday, the letting go, the shedding, the purging. Stick to healing. Sound healing this week, very powerful alignments. Wednesday 7 p.m, Mars conjunct Venus, Chiron conjunct North Node. If you want, join us. Then on Saturday 7 p.m, full moon in Virgo, when Venus and Mars are still together, Chiron North Node still together. Two very powerful events for you this week. Come and join us. The booking link is in the blurb of this movie, and you will find it on all the social media. If you need healing sessions, this is very powerful time to heal. Use the healers around you, use the therapist around you. And yeah, if you want to join our Patreon community, patreon.com/healingdelight, you can be a part of our community where we are connected each and every day. What you see on YouTube is a weekly, and it's supported by the Patreon community. I post minimally on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. Most of my work, of all that I'm sharing, is on our Patreon community. This is where I do my work. If you want to get exposure to my insights on a daily basis, we have a chat room for spirituality and astrology and the emotional process. We have a chat room for global news. We have a chat room for our market. We have a chat room for music. We have a chat room for crypto, where we every day blasting information and guidance and teachings around the blockchain, the Bitcoin, the crypto market. So if you want to get into crypto and you don't know how, join our community. If you are in crypto and you want to belong to a tribe that is doing crypto and passionate about it, join our community. And if you need crypto coaching sessions, you can come and see me. I'll help you to initiate your wallet, teach you how to do it properly, codes of conduct, safety, security, and a general mindset and understanding. If you need me, I will be more than happy to help you. Thank you all so much for your support. Please press like and subscribe. Press like on this movie and subscribe to our channel. And thank you everyone. Nicole, thank you, Simone and Rowena. Love you lots, people. Love you lots. And just kind of like, just keep on doing the work. Keep on doing the work, and good things will come. But right now we are in a healing mode. So treat yourself gently, with lots of love and compassion, and also treat the others. Realize that everyone are vulnerable, everyone are sensitive, everyone are challenged, and if you are the conscious one, be the messenger of love. As always, peace, love, happiness, and joy to you, to everyone, to the world. Lots of love. See you next week.